A nurse was hired to care for a young blind man who lived with his family. Suspicious, she decided to analyze the boy's medical prescriptions, and what she discovered left her utterly terrified. The Mike mansion, immense and full of style, stood out in the area. It was a place steeped in history, serving both as a refuge and a prison for Mike. Despite being blind, he knew how to navigate the house and the garden without assistance, knowing every corner by touch and sound. On a quiet afternoon with the sun attempting to break through the clouds, Mike was in the garden contemplating life. He asked his mother, Sophia, "Mum, do you think rain can cleanse everything, even the soul?" As a gentle breeze passed by them, Sophia, near a rose bush, pondered her son's question. In many places, people see rain as a way to start anew, Mike. Perhaps that's what we need, a fresh start. She touched the roses carefully, as if trying to impart a bit of hope to Mike. This conversation was suddenly interrupted by the arrival of Max. He arrived saying, "Mike, the nurse will arrive soon. Her name is Anna. We need to prepare," making it clear that there was no room for discussion. Max always had a way of asserting authority that showed who was in charge. When Anna arrived at the mansion, Max made a point of receiving her very formally. "Anna, this house has many stories. I hope you bring good things here," he said, looking her up and down. Anna, for her part, was not intimidated. "I want to help Mike feel better and, who knows, give a new direction to his life," she replied, showing that she was there to make a difference. The first encounter between Mike and Anna was full of courtesy and promises. "Mike, I want to be more than just your nurse. I want to be your friend," Anna said, approaching him. Mike turned to her and smiled faintly. "Being friends sounds good," he said, showing that he was open to this new friendship. Anna's first night at the Mike mansion was a reflection of the new beginning she represented. Sitting at the dinner table, she observed the interaction between family members, a mixture of formality and underlying tensions. Max led the conversation, proudly and authoritatively, discussing the family's business, while Sophia tried, somewhat unsuccessfully, to steer it towards lighter topics, in an effort to make the atmosphere more welcoming for the new visitor. Mike, for his part, participated little, but Anna noticed a spark of curiosity in his voice when he spoke, different from his previous apathy. "And you, Anna, where do you come from?" Mike asked, breaking his usual silence. Anna smiled gratefully for the opportunity to connect. "From a small town, far from here. But what brought me here was the desire to make a difference," she replied, her sincerity evident. After dinner, while Max retired to his office, Sophia found a moment to speak alone with Anna. "I hope you see beyond Mike's physical needs. He needs something more, something he may not even know," Sophia shared. Her voice low and laden with concern and hope, Anna nodded, understanding the depth of what was being asked of her. "I see my work here as more than just routine care. Mike deserves to experience life fully," Anna affirmed, determined to keep her promise. As night fell over the mansion, Mike reflected on the day. Anna's presence, unlike all the other people who had come and gone from his life, seemed to promise real change. For a moment, he allowed himself to feel a glimmer of hope, pondering the possibilities that a true friendship could bring. Maybe, just maybe, there is more to life than he imagined, Mike thought, a smile slowly forming on his lips. With the arrival of dawn at the Mike mansion, the house began to awaken to a new day, one that brought with it the promise of subtle yet significant changes. Anna, already adapting to the rhythm of the house, sipped her morning coffee in the kitchen, a cozy space that contrasted with the formality of the rest of the mansion. She took advantage of this moment of tranquility to plan her day, determined to make a positive difference in Mike's life. Meanwhile, Mike was in the garden, a place that had become his sanctuary within the confines of the property. He enjoyed feeling the morning freshness, the scent of flowers, and the sound of birds, elements that painted in his mind the colors his eyes could not see. "Anna, do you think people can really change?" Mike asked, breaking the morning silence as Anna joined him in the garden. "I believe they can," Anna responded, settling in beside him. "But change needs to start from within. Sometimes all we need is someone to believe in us." As they conversed, Sophia watched from afar, a shy smile adorning her face. She saw in Anna and Mike's interaction a glimmer of hope, something she hadn't felt in a long time. Determined to foster that connection, she approached, bringing with her a tray of tea and pastries. "I think you two are beginning a beautiful friendship," she remarked, encouraging the budding bond. At that moment, Max appeared, casting an evaluating gaze at Anna and Mike. "I hope you're discussing plans for today. There's much to be done," he said, reminding everyone of the pragmatic reality surrounding them. Anna nodded, but there was determination in her voice as she replied, "We're just enjoying the morning, but yes, we have plans." As the morning unfolded at the Mike mansion, Anna and Mike planned to spend the day exploring the garden, a space Mike rarely had the opportunity to fully appreciate without company. The sun, now higher in the sky, bathed the garden in a golden light, accentuating the vibrant colors of the flowers and the lush greenery of the lawn. "Do you know that each plant here was hand-picked by my mother? She says the garden is like life. It needs care and attention," Mike shared, his voice reflecting a mixture of pride and nostalgia. Walking beside him, Anna felt moved by the deep connection Mike held with the garden, even without being able to see it. It was in this setting of natural beauty that Sophia found them, bringing with her a light lunch for them to enjoy outdoors. "I've always believed that nature has the power to heal," Sophia remarked as they sat beneath the shade of a centuries-old tree. "And I believe people come into our lives for a reason." Conversation flowed naturally, weaving themes of change, personal growth, and the importance of mutual support. Seizing the moment of openness, Anna spoke of her own experiences and how they had led her to the Mike mansion. "Each of us has a unique journey, but it's in the connections we make along the way that we find our true purpose." Max, observing from a distance, remained skeptical of the changes Anna seemed to inspire in his brother. However, even he couldn't deny the lightness that seemed to have settled in the house since her arrival. "My brother seems more at ease since we hired this woman to look after him. As long as she keeps him entertained, I suppose she won't bother me," he thought to himself. After lunch, under the generous shade of a centuries-old tree in the garden, where conversations flowed between memories and aspirations, Anna decided to take Mike to a special corner of the mansion that was rarely utilized, the library. With its shelves filled with books and an antique gramophone that had belonged to Mike's grandfather, it was the perfect place to begin the musical adventure Anna had in mind. "Mike, here in this room, we have an incredible collection of classical and modern music. I thought we could explore together, discovering not only melodies, but the stories and emotions each piece can evoke," Anna explained as she gently guided Mike to a comfortable sofa near the gramophone. Mike smiled, the idea sparking his curiosity. "You know, Anna, I've always liked music, but never delved deeply into my knowledge or appreciation of it. It's interesting to think that even without sight, I can see the world through sounds." Later, when Max passed by the library and saw Mike and Anna engrossed in animated discussion about the influence of different composers, he couldn't help but comment, "Looks like you're having fun. Just don't forget that life isn't just about music. Mike, there are other skills and knowledge you need to develop." Anna responded without losing her friendly tone, "Of course, Max. But I believe music and art in general are essential to better understand ourselves and the world. We're just exploring all facets of life." After observing Anna and Mike for a moment, Max finally softened his usual rigidity. "I understand the intent, but remember there are limits. Music is valuable, yes, but it shouldn't distract Mike from his daily duties. It's a delicate balance you both need to find," he expressed, his voice laden with a mix of caution and a slight nod of approval that he rarely gave. Noticing Max's slight openness, Anna responded confidently, "I assure you we'll maintain that balance, Max. Music and art, in general, can complement Mike's personal development, offering him new ways to understand the world and himself," she explained, firm in her belief that the right approach could significantly enrich Mike's life. Engaged in the conversation, Mike shared his newfound enthusiasm. "All of this is new to me, Max. Music has always been around me, but never like this. Anna is showing me there's so much more to feel and understand. It's like I'm learning to see the world in a different way," he said, his voice reflecting the excitement and curiosity the music sessions had awakened in him. Hearing the conversation, Sophia couldn't help but interject with her support. "I'm so happy to see Mike like this. Anna, your presence has brought a new energy to this house, and Max, I think we can agree that anything that brings more joy to Mike is worth trying," she expressed, her voice full of gratitude and hope, underscoring the positive impact the changes were beginning to have on her son. The next morning, the atmosphere at the Mike mansion carried a sense of routine, typical for Anna. Yet, for her, each day was an opportunity for deeper connection and discovery with Mike. As they prepared for an outdoor activity she had planned, Anna hoped to not only explore the vast mansion gardens, but also to open a new chapter in Mike's life. Strolling through the garden, Anna began discussing the importance of confronting fears and the potential for growth. "Sometimes life challenges us to look beyond what we know, to face our fears," she said, observing Mike's changing expression with reflection. Mike paused, turning towards Anna with a serious expression. "Anna, I found something last night, something that made me question everything I thought I knew about my family and myself," he confessed, his voice trembling with revelation. Surprised, Anna instinctively reached for Mike's hand, offering her support. "That's it. It's a significant discovery, Mike. What do you want to do about it?" "You know I'm here to help, no matter what you decide," she responded, her determination mirroring the gravity of the moment. Inspired by Anna's courage and his own desire for answers, Mike made a decision. "I want to uncover the truth, Anna. I need to know if there's a possibility. Shall we investigate this together? I'm not sure if I'm ready to face what we'll uncover, but I know that with you here, I have the chance to confront the truth," he said, his hand still in hers, seeking comfort in their connection. With the decision made to seek the truth about Mike's condition, Anna began to observe the mansion's routine more closely, especially the interactions between Mike and Max. One morning, Max called her for a conversation in his office, a space filled with documents and objects telling the Mike family's story. "Anna, as you know, Mike's condition requires daily care, and part of that care involves the administration of specific medications," Max began, handing her a small box containing several medication bottles. "Until now, I've been handling this myself, but I think it's time to pass this responsibility to you." Examining the medication labels, Anna's mind buzzed with questions. Max, can I learn more about these medications? What exactly are they for, and how were they prescribed for Mike? It's part of the nursing job, so I ask, she inquired. After a moment of hesitation, Max responded, they're to help stabilize Mike's condition to prevent it from worsening. They were prescribed by a highly respected specialist. Don't worry, just continue the administration as directed. Later, sharing her doubts with Mike, Anna mentioned the conversation with Max and the medications. Mike, Max has entrusted me with the responsibility of administering your medicines, but something doesn't feel right to me. Have you ever questioned the treatment or sought a second opinion? Mike, surprised by Anna's question, fell silent for a moment. You know, Anna, I never questioned it. Max has always taken care of that, and I trusted him. But now, with everything we're discovering, I'm starting to wonder if we should investigate these medications more thoroughly, too. Placing the bottles on the table, Anna kept her gaze fixed on Mike. It seems we have another mystery to unravel, Mike. I'll start investigating these medications, try to find out everything about them. And maybe it's a good idea to seek an independent doctor, someone who can give us a second opinion without Max's influence. Mike nodded, a mix of apprehension and determination in his voice. You're right, Anna. I've always accepted things as they were, but now I want to know the truth. However difficult it may be to face it, even if it says I'll never see again. In the living room, the sunset light bathed the atmosphere, creating a tranquil setting for the tense conversation between Anna and Mike. I'm worried, Anna. If we uncover something that changes everything, how will we deal with the consequences? What if I can't bear to know the truth about my condition? Mike expressed, his voice laden with anxiety and fear of the unknown. Drawing closer, Anna offered her support with words. Mike, whatever the truth may be, we'll face it together. Learning more about your condition may give us new hope, and truth is always the best path. You're not alone in this. At that moment, Sophia entered, capturing the essence of the discussion. What are you two planning? Remember, Mike, you'll always have your family's support, no matter what happens, and you know you can count on us for anything, she said, reinforcing the family bond and support network around Mike. I know, Mother, and I appreciate it, but there are questions I need answers to. We need to explore all possibilities, even those that Max may not fully approve of. Do you understand? Mike replied, showing a new resolve in his quest for answers. Anna agreed, ready for the next step. Don't worry, ma'am. I'll be closely accompanying him, and we'll let you know if we need anything. We'll start our investigation tomorrow. The sooner we seek answers, the sooner we can understand your situation, Mike. This reaffirmed commitment between them sealed the action plan to discover Mike's true condition. With the decision made to delve deeper into the truth behind Mike's condition, the couple began planning their first steps, knowing the road ahead would be challenging, possibly revealing truths that could shake the foundations of their lives. Mike, tomorrow we'll start looking for independent specialists, someone who can give us a new perspective on your blindness without Max's influence, and we'll get answers about what this is and how it affects your body, Anna said, as she organized the medications Max had instructed to administer. Mike, sitting at the kitchen table, appeared nervous and restless. What if Max finds out? He won't like that we're looking into this without consulting him. He's always had control over these things. I don't like doing anything behind his back, Mike replied, his concern evident in his voice. Anna paused for a moment, considering Mike's words. I know your brother has been the authority figure here, but this is about you and your right to know the truth. I'll be with you every step of the way. Together, we're strong enough to face whatever comes, whether it's something good or not so good, she assured with conviction, hoping to instill in Mike the courage needed to confront the challenges that lay ahead. I trust you, Anna. It's just that I've never questioned Max's decisions before. This all feels a bit daunting, admitted Mike, allowing himself to be vulnerable in her presence. It's like I'm betraying my brother's trust, who has always treated me well. I understand, Mike. But remember, you must hold on to hope. Your brother has been giving you medications for a long time, and they've been ineffective. We can find one that works. We just need to search. We're in this together, no matter what we uncover, Anna replied, her determination and unwavering support evident. After deciding to seek independent medical opinions, Anna and Mike met with Dr. Lucio, an ophthalmologist renowned for his innovative methods in treating blindness. Intrigued by Mike's case, after a careful review of medical records and a detailed conversation about his history, Dr. Lucio expressed his surprise and interest. Mike, the medications you've been taking are, at the very least, questionable for your diagnosis. I couldn't identify any of them. You should know that there are new techniques and treatments available that have never been considered in your case, Dr. Lucio revealed, his professional tone marked by a touch of indignation. I believe it's worth exploring other options. We can conduct some more detailed tests. Mike, absorbing the doctor's words, felt a mix of hope and fear. I always believed my condition was immutable. Hearing that there may be other possibilities is almost terrifying, he admitted, his voice trembling. Anna placed her hand on his, offering silent support. Dr. Lucio, noticing Mike's excitement, sought to reassure him. It's normal to feel this way, Mike, but you're not alone. We're here to explore all options with you, step by step. The first step is to conduct some additional tests. Anna, always by Mike's side, reinforced her support. Dr. Lucio, we'll do whatever is necessary. Mike deserves to know if there is hope for change and how to achieve it. And whatever path we take, I'll be with him. After the consultation with Dr. Lucio, Anna and Mike returned to the mansion, laden with a mixture of anxiety and hope. Sitting in the library, a place that had become their refuge for important discussions, they prepared to share the news with Sophia. Dr. Lucio was very clear about one thing. There is much more to explore about my condition than we had been led to believe, Mike began, trying to keep his voice steady. He suggested new, deeper examinations than I've done before. It seems there's an opportunity, a chance that my vision could be improved or even restored. Sophia, listening attentively, took Mike's hand, her excitement evident. That's wonderful, my son. I always knew there was more we could do. You have all my support. What does Dr. Lucio need us to do? Anna intervened, outlining the plan. We need to start with a series of specialized examinations. Dr. Lucio has contacts at a cutting-edge clinic. He believes that with the right technology and a detailed evaluation, we can better understand Mike's condition and explore potential treatments. The conversation was interrupted by the unexpected arrival of Max, who asked, with a caution barely hiding his concern, "What's going on here? What's this about new examinations and treatments? And why wasn't I informed to participate in the conversation?" Summoning courage, Mike confronted his brother. "Max, we've discovered that there may be hope for my vision, something beyond what we were told before. I'm going to proceed with the examinations recommended by Dr. Lucio. It's an opportunity I need to explore." Max remained silent for a moment, assessing the situation. His words showed a sign of approval, albeit reluctantly. "All right, Mike, but I want to be involved in every step of the process, and don't stop taking those medications that the doctor prescribed. They're important." Since the consultation with Dr. Lucio, Anna and Mike intensified their attention towards the medications Max routinely administered. Every bottle, some of these substances made no sense for treating blindness. "From what I've researched," murmured Anna, focused on the notes she was taking, "we need more information. I'll try to contact some known pharmacists. They can give us a clearer insight into this." Mike, for his part, felt torn between gratitude for Anna's dedication and concern for the implications of their discoveries. "What if Max finds out what we're doing?" he expressed with clear anxiety in his voice. It was at that moment when Max entered the kitchen, surprising them with his unexpected arrival. "What are you doing?" he asked, his gaze alternating between the bottles on the table and the papers with notes. The tension was palpable, a harbinger of future confrontations. Anna, remaining calm, responded, "We're just trying to better understand Mike's treatment. Knowing more about the medications can help us track his progress." Max fixed his gaze on Anna, measuring his words before responding. "I understand the concern, but remember, I only want what's best for Mike. You don't need to do this without consulting me," he said, trying to maintain control of the situation. His tone, though attempting to convey reassurance, couldn't completely hide the unease. In the garden, Anna opened her laptop and began researching the medications Max had been administering. The morning light filtered through the leaves, creating a serene atmosphere for a task laden with tension and anticipation. "I'm researching these medications, Mike. Something about them doesn't seem right to me. Let's see what we can uncover," said Anna. "They're legitimate medications, but there isn't much linking them to blindness or anything similar." Mike, feeling the gravity of the situation, leaned closer, trying to follow. "Have you found anything that might help us understand why Max chose these strange treatments?" His voice was filled with a mix of hope and apprehension. Anna paused, reflecting on the information before her. "It's odd, Mike. These medications are more commonly used for other conditions, and there are some reports of concerning side effects that Max didn't mention. There are already enough things here that make us question his intentions." The discovery left Mike pensive. "This leaves me with more questions than answers. What is Max trying to do? Why would he keep us in the dark about the true effects of these medications?" Closing the laptop, Anna looked at Mike, aware of the weight of their discoveries. "Before any confrontation with Max, we need to talk to your mother. Sophia must know what we've found. We don't have enough information for a direct confrontation, but she can help us better understand the situation and decide the next steps more cautiously." Mike agreed, feeling the importance of including Sophia in this delicate conversation. "You're right, Anna. My mother has the right to know, and her perspective can be crucial. Together, we can form a more solid plan on how to approach this with Max." After deciding to involve Sophia in the matter of the medications and their discoveries, Anna and Mike prepared for a crucial conversation. The afternoon gave way to a quiet evening, and they found Sophia in the living room, a cozy space that now served as the stage for one of the Mike family's most important discussions. Sophia listened attentively, watching Mike and Anna closely. "What have you discovered?" she inquired. "You can trust me with anything," she assured them, her voice firm, though concern lingered in her eyes. "We found that the medications might not be suitable for Mike's condition. Furthermore, there are studies questioning their efficacy and pointing out possible side effects that haven't been discussed with us," Anna explained, delving into the details of their research and the doubts that had arisen. Sophia sighed, taking in the information. "This is very serious. We need to understand why Max chose these medications and why we didn't explore other options," she stated firmly. "Mike, you deserve to know the truth about your health and have access to all possible treatments." Mike's voice trembled with uncertainty as he questioned, "What if Max is hiding something from us? I can't believe my brother would do that to me. But what if he is?" Sophia reassured him, "We'll find out together. We need more information before confronting Max directly. Anna, can you continue your research and perhaps consult more specialists?" Sophia turned to Mike, asking, "And Mike, are you ready for this?" Mike nodded, strengthened by his mother's and Anna's support. "Yes, I am. I want to know the truth, no matter what it reveals, but I need to understand what all of this is about to be at peace with myself." Determined to better understand the medications Max had been administering to his brother Anna, and Mike decided to visit the pharmacy where these products were regularly obtained. It was a cloudy afternoon when they arrived, the somber weather reflecting the seriousness of their mission. "Let's try to be as discreet as possible," Anna whispered to Mike as they entered. "We need information, not confrontations at this point." At the pharmacy, Anna approached the pharmacist with a list of the medications. "We're reviewing the treatment of a family member and would like to better understand these products for vision loss. Could you inform us about their indications and side effects?" After examining the list, the pharmacist furrowed his brow in confusion. Some of these medications are quite specific and not commonly used to treat visual conditions. Who prescribed these treatments? Anna glanced at Mike, realizing they were on the right track. "It was a recommendation from a specialist. We're just trying to understand all the options we have to explore in order to choose the best one," Anna explained. Seeing their concern, the pharmacist decided to assist. "I'll print out some information for you, but if you allow me a piece of advice, it would be wise to seek a second medical opinion. Do you have a professional as a reference?" Receiving the printed information, Anna responded firmly, "Yes, we have Dr. Lucio. I'm sure the information you've provided will be very helpful, and we'll take it all to him." With the information in hand, Anna and Mike thanked the pharmacist and left the pharmacy, feeling slightly more equipped to question Max's decisions. The printed sheets contained details about the medications, including warnings that hadn't been discussed previously. "This changes everything," Mike remarked as they read the information on their way back home. "We need to talk to my mother before presenting all of this to Max. She deserves to know everything we've discovered, and she'll know what to do." Before the planned confrontation with Max, Anna, Mike, and Sophia gathered in the kitchen, a place where so many family conversations had occurred, but none as decisive as this one. The tension was palpable, but there was also a sense of unity among them. "Sophia, we've found information that has concerned us about the medications Max has been giving Mike," Anna began, her voice laden with seriousness. "They're not just ineffective, but potentially dangerous. We need to understand why he chose this path and if he knew all the risks." Sophia listened attentively, the gravity of the situation reflected in her gaze. After a moment of deep reflection, she spoke, her voice firm and decisive. "This is very serious. We must approach this with care. Mike, my dear, I know this is difficult for you, but it's important that we also hear Max's side. We need to do this together as a family." Mike, looking at his mother, found strength in her words. "Mother, I'm afraid of what we might discover, but you're right. We need to face this together. I just want to understand why Max would do something like this." Sophia then outlined a plan. "We'll organize a dinner tomorrow night. It'll be a family setting where we can discuss this openly. I'll start the conversation. It's important that we do this in a way that Max feels comfortable telling the truth, and then we'll find out what's going on, and everything will be clarified." With the strategy defined, Anna and Mike felt slightly more prepared for what was to come. Anna promptly affirmed, "You can count on me, ma'am. I'll be by your side the whole time, and we'll resolve all this confusion." In the dining room, the atmosphere was tense, but Sophia, keeping her composure, initiated the dialogue. "Max, we have serious concerns about Mike's medications. Why did you choose these specific treatments?" Max, surprising everyone with his caution, replied, "I understand your concerns, but believe me, everything I did was with the well-being of our family and the company in mind. There's a lot you don't know, things that affect all of us." Despite his frustration, Mike tried to keep his voice steady. "Max, this is serious. We're talking about my health. I need clear answers. What exactly are you implying?" Max looked around the table, measuring his next words. "It's not that simple. The decisions I made were based on information that will protect our company from potential scandals. You're seeing this from the wrong side." Anna intervened, seeking clarity. "Max, we need to fully understand. We can't resolve this without knowing everything you're hiding from us." "It's complicated," Max said hesitantly. "There are legalities involved, things I did that may not seem right at first glance. But everything was done with the intention of protecting what we've built together. You have to understand." Sophia, sensing the gravity of Max's words, proposed a more cautious approach. "It seems we need more time to discuss this, Max. It's vital that you're completely honest with us so we can resolve this soon. We'll talk more tomorrow, and I want answers." The day dawned cloudy, a somber prelude to the events that would unfold. The Mike household, once a refuge of so many memories, now seemed like the setting of a plot thick with distrust and secrets. After the dinner party, where Max left more questions than answers, the family was determined to seek the truth. Anna and Mike, the first to rise, found themselves in the kitchen, a plan beginning to form in their minds. "We need to be cautious," Anna whispered. "Max is hiding something big, and I'm afraid of what it might be." Mike, with a fierce determination in his eyes, agreed. "Let's start investigating. We need to find out what he did, and I hope there's really a good reason behind all of this." Max, in turn, felt the pressure mounting. In his office, surrounded by documents and his computer, he planned his next move. If they uncover the truth, everything will be lost. "I need to find a way to end this before they find out," he muttered to himself, a mix of anger and desperation in his voice. The confrontation was inevitable. Sophia called a meeting, demanding that everyone gather in the living room. "It's time to clear the air in this family," she announced, her tone making it clear that she wouldn't accept any more evasions. Max entered the room with a serious expression, prepared to defend his position. "You don't understand," he began, his voice laden with bitter defiance. "The decisions I made were all for the good of our family and the company. You're judging me without knowing all the facts." Mike, unable to contain his frustration, confronted him. "How can we understand, Max? If you don't tell us the whole truth, you're risking everything we have." Anna, always the voice of reason, intervened. "Max, we're here to listen, but we need you to be honest with us. What are you hiding? Why these secret decisions?" The living room, charged with tension and expectation, was the stage for Max's next move. Feeling the weight of each family member's gaze, he knew he needed a compelling story to keep his true actions hidden. "You need to understand," Max began, his voice infused with manufactured confidence, "that the decisions I made were based on incomplete information. I was led to believe by external consultants that these medications were cutting edge, capable of offering Mike a much better quality of life. My only intention was to help him regain his independence, something I know he deeply desires. Mike, confused and shaken by Max's explanation, tried to process his words. "But why didn't you share this with us? Why act in secrecy if your intentions were good?" Max, quick in his response, said, "I wanted to be sure before raising hopes. And honestly, I feared your reaction if the results weren't as expected. The last thing I wanted was to see Mike disappointed again." Sophia, though still wary, recognized the need to keep the family united. "I understand your concern, Max, but in the future, these decisions must be shared. Mike's life is at stake, and you deserve to be at the center of all decisions that affect you." Anna, looking at Max, still had her doubts. "And what about the allegations of the danger of these medications? How does that fit into your story?" Max, feeling a bit more confident now that he had diverted the main focus of the accusation, replied, "It must be a misunderstanding or an exaggeration," Max stated firmly. "I'll personally review all the reports and consultations. If there's even the slightest risk, we'll immediately halt the treatment and seek alternatives." Max's response eased the tension somewhat. Sophia felt reassured and smiled with relief. "Son, I think we might have overreacted. From now on, we'll work together on this situation. I'm glad everything's all right." As the entire house lay quiet before dawn, Anna and Mike found themselves in the kitchen, discussing their perspectives on the matter. "I just can't wrap my head around how Max could justify his actions, Anna. Keeping me in this condition, why? What does he gain from seeing me like this, dependent and sidelined?" Mike expressed, his voice tinged with perplexity and a hint of anger. Standing by Mike's side as his unwavering ally, Anna responded with a soft yet firm voice. "We'll figure it out, Mike, and we'll ensure he can't manipulate or control anyone else's life. Your courage in facing this is inspiring." Guided by intuition and their intimate knowledge of the house, they ventured into Max's study, a sanctuary of secrets and decisions that profoundly affected Mike's life. Upon entering, Anna took the lead, accessing Max's surprisingly vulnerable computer. "Let's start with the emails. There must be something here that explains his true intentions," suggested Anna, her hands deftly navigating the keyboard in search of any evidence shedding light on Max's dark motivations. After tense moments, Anna's search bore fruit. "Mike, I found something. It's not experimental treatments, it's worse. He was paying to ensure that no medical advancements regarding your condition reached you. There are emails here, conversations with specialists, payments to suppress information. Max wanted to keep you in the dark, to keep you out of the company and away from inheritance control." Mike absorbed Anna's words, feeling a mix of shock and clarity. "This explains so much. The decisions made behind my back, the way he treated me. We need to expose this, Anna, not just for me, but to reveal the truth about who he really is. I'll save all of this now. These proofs are irrefutable," affirmed Anna, determination resonating in the silent room. "Max will have to answer for everything he's done." As the first rays of morning sun invaded the Mike family room, bringing light to a new day, tension among the family members was already palpable. Mike and Anna, united by a grim discovery, prepared for a confrontation promising to change the course of their lives. Seated with a posture conveying both his resolve and vulnerability, Mike broke the silence. "Max, we know what you did. We know why you did it. You weren't protecting anyone but yourself and your interests," he declared, his voice laden with a mixture of sadness and firmness. Realizing his actions had been uncovered, Max opted for a different approach, an attempt to backtrack not out of genuine remorse, but as a strategy to mitigate the consequences. Mike, however, wasn't swayed by Max's attempt to soften the situation. "There's no justification for what you did, Max. Manipulating my condition, my life, for your own gains. That's not protecting the family. That's betrayal." Anna, whose disappointment and anger had only grown, supported Mike without hesitation. "What you call resolving together, Max, only seems convenient now that you've been caught. The truth is, you played a dangerous game, and now you're afraid of the consequences." Cornered by truths he could no longer hide, Max maintained his facade of concern. "I only ask that you consider the impact hasty actions can have on all of us. There's a way to turn this page, to work together for the future of the company and our family." Anna looked at Max with disappointment, but knowing he was right, and said, "Nothing you say now will change the crime you committed against your brother. We won't let you escape this unpunished." Max lost patience and concluded, "Enough of this for now. I'll go to the company I run alone, and when I return we can discuss further your dissatisfaction with my professional competence." Then he left without hesitation. He's going to try to get away with it, isn't he? Mike broke the silence, his voice reflecting a mix of concern and determination. Anna, sitting beside him, gently squeezed his hand in response. "He sure will try. Max has always had a way of wriggling out of complicated situations. But this time, let's not underestimate him." Mike leaned towards Anna's voice, seeking comfort in her presence. "But what if he succeeds? What if people believe him?" "Then we show them the truth. The evidence speaks for itself," affirmed Anna with unwavering confidence. "And Mike, remember, we're in this together. No matter what happens, you're not alone." That simple gesture of support from Anna and the strength her words carried brought Mike a profound sense of gratitude. "I wouldn't know what to do without you, Anna. Truly, you're a beacon in all the darkness I've been living in." Anna smiled, a smile Mike couldn't see but certainly felt. "I'll always be here, Mike. Together, we're stronger than Max could ever imagine." As Max wove his schemes within the company, Mike and Anna strengthened their alliance not only as co-conspirators in pursuit of justice, but also as two souls finding solace and perhaps something deeper in each other. What will we do after all this is over? After all, there's much to come after resolving the situation with Max, Mike suddenly asked, curiosity tinting his voice. Anna, taken aback by the question, pondered for a moment. "I think we should start thinking about building something new, something ours, regardless of what happens with Max and the company," she replied. Mike nodded, thoughtful. "Building something new with you. That sounds like the future I want, no matter what we discover about my brother." And so, amidst plans and promises of a future together, Mike and Anna prepared to confront Max. They didn't know what the day held for them, but one thing was certain. They would face it together, side by side. Later, in Mike's living room, the tension that had permeated the air began to dissipate, giving way to an atmosphere of imminent resolution. Sophia, the matriarch, took the lead in the discussion. "Max, you have violated the most fundamental trust that should bind this family," Sophia began, her voice imbued with a mix of sadness and determination. "Not only did you put Mike in danger for your ambitions, but you also tarnished the legacy we value so much. Therefore, the consequences of your actions must reflect the seriousness of your transgression." Max, standing, facing the judgment of his family, displayed an expression of reluctant acquiescence. "I understand the accusations and accept the consequences. But I want you to know that despite the mistakes, my intention was never to destroy what we built." "Your actions speak otherwise, Max," intervened Mike, his voice firm yet compassionate. "You will be removed from management of the company and any role you hold within it. Legal actions will also be taken to address the risks you imposed on me." Anna, whose support for Mike had strengthened amidst the crisis, added, "We will also initiate an assistance fund for the company's employees to ensure their well-being, something your actions put at risk." Max nodded, the reluctance in his gaze mingling with bitter resignation. "I accept the terms. I only hope that over time you can see that my actions were justified for the good of this family." Sophia, concluding the meeting, declared, "This is a moment of reflection and rebuilding for all of us. Max, your path will be lonely, but necessary to understand the depth of your mistakes. For the rest of us, it is time to heal and strengthen the bonds that were shaken." The meeting ended with a sense of closure, not only for the turbulent chapter involving Max, but also marking the beginning of a new phase for the Mike family. 2 months have passed since the discussion with Max. On a sunlit afternoon in the summer, Sophia, Mike, and Anna gathered in the garden, reflecting on recent progress and future plans. This new project focused on researching and treating blindness is not just an advancement for the company, but a step forward for science and the community as a whole, began Mike, his voice full of excitement. "I am personally invested in this, of course, but it's more than that. It's about creating a legacy of impact and positive change." Anna, feeling the passion in every word Mike spoke, added, "Yes, and the progress we've made so far is promising. We are not only expanding the horizons of our company, but also touching lives in a very real and meaningful way. Moreover, the journey we've shared together, facing challenges and overcoming obstacles, has strengthened our relationship in ways I never imagined." Sophia, ever the attentive matriarch, smiled proudly at both of them. "And what excites me the most is seeing how you two have grown, not only professionally, but also personally. And now, with the wedding on the horizon, you are about to begin a new chapter. Tell me, what do you both hope for this future together?" Mike turned towards Anna's voice, responding with warm certainty in his voice. "We have decided that we want to spend the rest of our lives together, no matter what the future holds. Our commitment to each other goes beyond love. It is a partnership based on trust, respect, and a shared desire to contribute to a better world. That is truly wonderful. You have my full support and love." As for Max Bueno, life is made of choices and consequences, reflected Sophia. "I hope he finds his way to redemption and learns from the mistakes of the past." "Yes, we all learn and grow from these experiences," Anna agreed. "Now, we are looking towards a future full of new possibilities and challenges. But together, I feel we can face anything." The conversation in the garden, filled with reflections and plans, not only sealed the resolution of past challenges, but also paved the way for a new beginning for the Mike family, marked by love, hope, and a commitment to making a difference.